Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, this is another episode of 94 Feet Podcast in the building. Wow. Yeah, that's fine. It's your boy Big Zeke here. I'm here with my brother Dre.
Dre in the building. Was good, nation.
I'm also here. I'm also here with my brother Kesey.
What's good? Good people.
All right, thank you for joining us this week. How y'all doing?
Man, I'm good.
I sound like a little shade.
Shade, sir.
Sound like a little shade. It's a pleasure. Glad you to join us this week, brother.
I just said I'm glad you joined us this week. No shade. I can't be glad that you joined us this week.
So I think this is our in 24 only our second one all together, right? I think it's
First.
I think it's our second.
It's our first all together.
No, it's not.
No. Because after the first of the year, me, you, and Chris.
I wasn't here for the beginning to start the year.
So me, you, and Chris did one. Then it was the second one with just Kilo and Zeke.
Mhm.
And then last week it was us three.
I wasn't here.
It was last week. It was just this.
This is our first.
So this is our first one all
Oh, so our first one, 2024.
This is our first 24 episode.
all together.
All
All
right.
together.
That's good.
I'm great, man. You know, it's a mild winter so far. It's nice outside.
It is nice outside. This is a really good winter. So,
Yes.
well, I can say a really good winter, but I think the penguin popped out. So, that's good.
We didn't have enough snow and
yeah,
enough
yeah.
cold weather for
That's
this
facts.
whole season. And
That's
we
facts.
don't need no
That's
more.
facts. Really quickly. First of all,
I can't get out how I am.
go ahead, Keith.
I mean, you let Andre.
No,
in,
go
huh?
ahead, man.
How are you, Geezy?
Boy,
If you're not gonna
20
speak up for yourself, it's
2024 and
gonna be a year of surprises and people standing on business. Continue. How are you doing?
I love it.
I'm alive, so I'm gonna say I'm blessed, man. Let's keep it moving.
That's it.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Could
You
you,
did all that big reduction, so you can just say I'm fine. Let's keep it moving.
yeah.
That's nice. Really quickly. First of all, happy Black History Month, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's start there.
Yeah. Let's
All
give it up
right
for
now.
Black History Month.
let's do that.
Accountability.
Yeah, let's do that. You know.
Something that this nation is trying to erase.
Exactly. But we're not gonna let them.
Oh no, we can't let them.
Exactly.
You better teach the truth.
All right
Okay.
now.
Only
Okay.
people that's offended by the truth is because they don't want to face history.
Exactly.
Okay, you can't erase Black history and call it critical race
You
theory
cannot.
and call it racist teaching because of what you don't like to hear.
Exactly.
So Black History Month is here to stay. And if they do take it away, make sure you teach your kids the truth so that they know that our people did struggle, that our people did build this country.
Right on,
That
brother.
our people were some of the. Let me stop.
Okay.
Let me stop.
No, go ahead, brother.
I'm going to stop. I love my people. Let's go.
Shoot.
Let's go.
Despite who you voted for. Anyways.
Until we get another Barack, it's Joe Biden. So.
No. First
No,
of all, yeah,
no
first,
politics.
First of all,
politics.
no. There's no politics.
That was a little politics.
But first of all, I do want to do that first. That's first of all. Second of all, I want to quick a shout out to Tony Snells. Tony Snells. He needs a 10-day contract in order for him to get 10 years of benefits to cover him and his family and his two sons who have autism.
I read
So-
that there's more to that story that even he would have to play over half the season to get the
He would need to be
benefits.
no. They say he just needs a 10-day contract.
He could get a 10-day contract to get some of the benefits, but to get the full retirement, he would need to play half the season.
Oh,
So that's
either
why
way.
no team signed him.
Either way it goes,
That's
think
why
that-
no team signed him, but they'll put some people on.
I think that somebody needs to sign him, but so I just want to put that out there.
Not the
Bucks. If the Bucks should be one of
Can
those
Tony
teams.
Snell still play?
He solid.
Listen,
But
Bucks
I just
already
know-
got 2 spots we given away, so
I
no
just-
more.
Look, all I know is this: it don't have to be the Bucks. I think some NBA team should do it. Point
I
blank
agree.
period.
I agree.
So
I
I just
agree.
wanted to do those two shouts out real quick, and then let's go ahead and get to the injury report.
Yo, so again, in the injury world of the NBA, we have The Chicago Bulls, Zach LaVine, who is also the subject of some heavy trade rumors now that he's on the injured list, is hilarious to me. But he's out for the rest of the season with a foot injury. That's unfortunate. Kyrie is still out for the Dallas Mavericks with a thumb injury. The Pacers are without Miles Turner. He is day-to-day with an ankle injury. Tyrese Halliburton is still out as well, ankle day-to-day. The Los Angeles Lakers are without Jared Vanderbilt with a right foot injury. He may be shut down for the rest of the season. And given how terrible the Lakers have been, why not? Cam Reddish is also out for the season with a right ankle sprain. He is out for 2 weeks. The New York Knicks are without Julius Randle. I told you that shoulder injury was more tough than what y'all thought that was.
Well, a couple weeks. You was saying like he was gonna be out for a couple months.
Bro, he was out. It's been what, a week already?
It's been a week.
It's just gonna be re-elevated in 2 to 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks to a month. That's a month.
Yeah.
You know, the Philadelphia 76ers are without Joel Embiid, displaced flap in his left meniscus, out for the weekend. But I also saw another update that he's a potential candidate to be shut down as well for the season, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, and we'll get to that later. For the shoot around segment, we like to talk about rumors, stuff going on, and rumors and news going on around the NBA. The Memphis Grizzlies have traded Steven Adams to the Houston Rockets for Victor Oladipo and 3 second-round picks. I don't know if this is more of a for the future trade, or I don't know, because Adams is out for the year, and Victor is in and out of injury reports. I don't know if this is a contract thing. I don't really know what this is about. I guess we'll see in the future how this affects the Houston Rockets more than the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis Grizzlies have a list of injuries where they're pretty much, I don't want to say canceled the season, but they're pretty much done for the year. So I ain't even going to ask you guys' opinion on that. I just wanted to report the news. This week, the reserves were announced for this year's All-Star game. Now, last week we talked about the snub starters. Now that we have the full rosters, do you have any snubs on your list? Well, I'll say this. First of all, I'll read the rosters off, complete the rosters. For the West All-Star team, we have LeBron James, Kevin Durant. We have Joker. We got Luka, Gilbert Alexander, Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi Leonard, Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, and Paul George. And then for the East, we have Giannis, Embiid. He won't play due to injuries. Well, he might play. I don't know. We'll see what happens with him. But Jason Tatum, Damian Lillard, Tyrese Halliburton, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, Bam, what's his name? The guy from Orlando, Julius Randle, and Jaylen Brown. Gentlemen, do you have anybody on your snub list?
Well, first of all, on that Eastern Conference side, about 5 of them won't play. So the snubs will end up being on the roster anyway. Randall's not going to play. Embiid's not going to play.
We'll see how that goes.
I need to look at the roster again. Man,
Bam?
Bam is still
Tyrese
Halliburton.
Tyrese is day to day.
That's 3, right? Yeah. So when you think about the All-Star snubs from the Eastern Conference, again, when you let the coaches pick the players, I don't think their popularity is at the table, because they're obviously, if it was, they would vote for players on their own team. But when I think about the Eastern Conference, I think about Trae Young. I think that was a snub. Sabonis was a snub. Harden was a snub.
Really?
And to me, and for, since we're on the East right now, those are the 2 snubs for me. But if you're talking about a snub, that means you got to take somebody off.
That's true.
You got to take somebody off.
So I kind of just read that Snell thing. Is he's covered for insurance. It's his children who ain't covered.
Oh, okay.
And unless he gets that 10 years, then his children are covered too. He was diagnosed with autism at 31 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing he probably had some high bills.
And he also,
It's
remember,
expensive.
since you brought it back, he has to play for a whole season, not just.
He doesn't have to play for a whole season. What the thing is, if the team signs him, because it's so close to the deadline, he can't be traded. So, which means his contract lasts to the end of the year. And any team that's trying to make a trade before the end of the year or waive somebody to pick up somebody for the playoffs, that spot is gone because his contract would make him a standard spot. He can't be on a two-way contract. Like, you know, you can have some two-way contracts.
According to Woj, multiple NBA teams would have signed Tony Snell to a 10-day contract if that's all he needed. He would have been eligible if he signed for the year. So I'm saying that to say not to be right, but to change the narrative that teams aren't just turning their back on him. They're just basically saying a 10-day won't help him. That's all I'm saying. They might get him a little coins in his pocket, but it's not going to give him what he needs
to sign him. I just said that. That's exactly what I just said.
That ain't what you said, Casey. But back to the snubs.
I just said if they sign him to a 10-day contract, they got to go through the rest of the year.
But they have to sign him at the beginning, is what I'm saying, Casey.
What you mean?
The start of the season, he would have to play the whole season.
They can sign him right now.
They can sign him right now when they can go through the end of the year and he'll get it to get the benefits.
That's not what this says.
I'm reading it right now.
But you may be right, but nevertheless,
this is per the Atlantic.
Okay, you may be right, but it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but hopefully he can get a job in the NBA.
But think about all the teams that can sign him though.
To do what? To do what?
I mean, come on, man. They got a spot. You got Cleveland, you got the Celtics, you got the Bulls, you got the you got the Cavaliers, you got the Warriors, you got the Pacers, you got the Lakers, you got the Heat, you got the Timberwolves.
So
the Pelicans, the Blazers, and the Wizards.
Okay, Kesey, we get it.
That's what one of them teams can get that man the remainder of the year, so his kids is covered. Come on, man.
You know what? Okay. So sure. Mark Cuban, go do what you do. Rescue people. Help if you can.
They ain't on the list.
If you look at the Eastern Conference reserves, the only questionable player that got it really is none of them are questionable, but the lowest scoring one that they picked on the reserve, the person with the least amount of averages really would be Jaylen Brown and Bam. So you really can't kick none of them off, but it comes to a question. JJ Redick said it's time to expand the teams from 12 to 15.
No,
because the talent pool is deeper. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that at all. But the thing is, the NBA has always prided themselves on being the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
And the coaches voted for the reserves, thinking these are the best of the best. Now, while those names I picked are absolutely snubs, I would not drop anyone from the current Eastern Conference roster to play with them. Not one.
I seen this roster and I was like, I don't like.
I mean, the East is going to get destroyed.
I feel like this is the interesting thing to me is about this is a couple things. I looked at more of the West than I did the East, but to me, Bam, take him off, and then
for who? Rudy. Because it got to be position for position. Rudy?
It don't have to be position for position. I think if you're gonna take somebody off, it would be Bam for me. And then you know what? I'm a nice guy. Throw Derek White on here. I replaced Bam with Derek White.
Derek who?
Derek White.
Who is Derek White?
You know who Derek White is.
Derek White who?
So I would replace him with him.
He was close.
And then as far as the West, to me the West is more of a I ain't gonna say a tragedy.
Hold up.
It's some
that small lineup you running with will get destroyed, just so you know, because now you have no bigs other than Embiid. You have no bigs. The East is loaded with guards, so you just added another guard. That small lineup would get destroyed.
Only big man on the West is Joker.
What? LeBron is a monster.
6'8".
KD is a monster.
6'10".
Karl Anthony Towns, 7 foot.
He play like he's 6'7".
But he's 7 foot. They have forwards. They got Kawhi. They got Paul George. They got Anthony Davis. You tripping.
You got wings on wings.
You tripping.
So you said you would take who off?
I said I would take off Bam, probably put on Derek White.
And pretty much have all guards.
For why though?
Why?
Yeah.
I feel like to me Miami overall isn't playing good ball. So I just feel like they shouldn't have any all-stars. And so I was looking at the snub teams.
You see the Lakers?
I mean, not the snub team, but the
you
players.
See the Lakers?
I'm gonna get there in a minute. I'm about to get there in a second. So you have these players who are on this all-star team. Now, if you make it about a popularity vote, I get that. But for your coaches to put you in, it's kind of like, really? So the East, I'm kind of okay with. I'm looking more at the West. You got Anthony Davis, get him up out of here. Karl Anthony Towns, I can see without him. Steph Curry, if you didn't make the popularity vote, you can have a seat.
What?
And that's it.
You sound crazy.
What you mean I sound crazy?
Who you replacing Steph for? That's got snubbed.
I'm replacing Jamal Murray.
He can replace Booker.
Jamal Murray can replace Steph Curry. You got De'Aaron Fox on here, and you got Sabonis. Like, you got 3 guys who should have been on the All-Star team. And I feel like Jamal Murray especially gets snubbed a lot when it comes to these type of situations. All-Star teams, all NBA teams, like he gets a lot of.
Why do you think he get those snubs?
I think because
he's not better than none of the guards on the roster.
Exactly.
No,
he stayed hurt.
I feel like
his problem is hurt.
He's been hurt, but I also feel like because of that, and then Joker kind of takes up a lot of the time. I can say a ton of time, but a lot of media time.
Dude, he's hurt. He's hurt. Out of the last 5 years, he's been hurt 4.5.
No, he hasn't.
The only time he was healthy was this playoff run, last playoff run. Every year he gets hurt.
But when they made the playoff run, when they made the championship, he was healthy.
But you got to do it a whole season.
What does that have to do with the All-Star though?
But when has he done it a whole season to be considered an All-Star?
He's been doing it this year.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
He's been hurt.
He's been hurt here and there. But what I'm saying is this: you have a team who is at the bottom of the barrel, which is the Los Angeles Lakers and the Golden State Warriors.
And don't forget your Dallas Mavericks. They're barely hanging on by a thread too. Don't leave the savior out. Okay.
First of all, I agree where you coming from.
Okay.
You coming to Steph Curry's rescue. I get
it.
Bottom of the barrel.
Minnesota's falling off.
Minnesota's in top 5.
They falling off. They were number 1 though. They were number 1.
Are they top 5?
Come on, Zeke.
I'm gonna say, are they top 5? Are they top 5? Yes or no?
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm sitting here like you have these teams who are top 5. They should have at least 1 or 2 All-Stars, and one of the top 6 teams have been left out.
Who?
Talking about
Sacramento Kings.
The Kings have no All-Stars.
They have no All-Stars,
which is a big snub to that franchise. But if you look at
and they're what right now? See,
they're 5th. If you look at the Sacramento Kings and you look at the All-Star roster, I would have put Sabonis in over Paul George.
I would have.
You got to take. So you can't say that. Who are you? Oh, well, you did say you're taking away Anthony Davis.
I'm taking away Anthony Davis. I'm taking away Steph Curry, and I'm taking away Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay. If it was up to me, Sabonis would be in, and I would give him that over Paul George. I'm not giving it to him over Cat. Cat is averaging a near double-double. Steph Curry is untouchable. Devin Booker's numbers are really the best guards, even against the starters, except for Shai. Shai's the only one and Luka with great numbers, but it's hard to take away anybody. So out of all these snubs, I'm good with the snubs because I would replace none of these players. The only replaceable one really would be Paul George for me, and that's that. And that's real talk. And then maybe Banchero on the East. He probably would be replaced too. But again, the NBA is changing. And to Reddick's point, these players don't really play in the All-Star game anyway. So what harm does it do to go to 15? That's just 3 more players.
I mean, I just feel like it's not enough clock. You want to give each player enough clock and adding 3 more guys is add another 15 minutes.
But my only thing is, you talking about they were snubbed.
Yeah.
I don't see one person I would replace anybody off of Sacramento with on that roster.
I do.
Who?
Paul George.
No.
Sabonis can get in for Paul George.
No, because they play 2 different positions.
This is the first
Sabonis
time.
He can play the forward center.
Who?
This isn't a
Sabonis.
position. This isn't a position-based thing, though.
Paul George is a wing.
Paul George is listed as a forward for this All-Star
That's a
game.
wing.
It's a wing.
That's fine. But I'm saying Sabonis is a forward center. He plays both.
Who?
Sabonis.
Oh, Sabonis, yeah.
Yeah,
he plays what?
He plays power forward and or center.
But Paul George plays guard and forward.
Well, in this game, they have him as a forward. So he can replace him. He ain't going to replace Cat. He's not going to replace Kawhi.
He doesn't have better numbers than Paul George.
This isn't a position-based thing.
You just made that up.
He doesn't.
Look it up. You just made that up. You don't know that to be true or not.
I'm 100% sure of that.
So Paul George numbers are, he's averaging 22 points a game, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds a game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, Sabonis, who is a bona fide star, which we agree with, right? He's a star.
I don't know if he's a star. He's all right.
He's averaging 19 and 13.
19 and 13. So you're right. He scores 4 less points than Paul George.
Double-double, though.
He's a double-double every game.
Who team has a better record?
Clippers.
Okay, there you go.
So then you're saying that the Lakers shouldn't be in it then.
Who?
You're saying that LeBron and AD shouldn't be in it then, right? Because they're barely in play-in.
LeBron is averaging 25, 7, and 7. That's
All I know is this. LeBron should be in the. I don't say should be. LeBron,
but he was voted in by the fans.
He was going to be voted in by the fans. Anthony Davis shouldn't be there.
Anthony Davis has been averaging a double-double.
Anthony Davis.
He was about 25 and 10 right now.
Anthony Davis shouldn't be
when
there.
He shows up.
No, he's been showing up this year.
Yeah, because he's been healthy this year.
He's been healthy this year.
And congratulations. But at the end of the day,
so at the end, like you said, as you said, at the end of the day, it's a number game.
This is the first time that a top 6 seed doesn't have at least one All-Star on the team.
It takes Steph off.
I think that's a tragedy.
Somebody gonna drop out before the All-Star game. Either way it go, and they still gonna get their spot. Somebody gonna always get hurt.
But then,
because like Julius Randle probably won't even play for the All-Star.
He's not going to. But then it's a consolation prize.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Why you say that?
Because I wasn't good enough to make the reserve, and now I can't make this.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they get some type of money towards this situation. So
y'all some gamers too.
Yeah, I play this
every day. Okay, I'm like, Toe, I don't like your setup because now they not focused.
I'm focused.
Now they watching your video. Now they look like they need a controller now. Focus. Jeez.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Focus.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna leave it alone. So I mean, I like I said before, I'm just asking if y'all don't find anybody, y'all shouldn't be snubbed anybody. That's fine.
I again go to 15.
I don't think the 15 needs to be. 15 is a lot. That's a lot.
It is a lot, but it would help to solidify. Like the NBA is the one that says this. We are the best league in the world.
Let me ask you a question. Let's say they did 15. How many minutes should each person get?
5 to 10.
Then you can have 15.
Sure, you can. You can because each quarter is 12 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Right? It's not every player. So some of these players don't want to touch the ball like that. For example, Kawhi don't like a lot of minutes in situations like this. Okay.
He don't. I mean, like I'll say this: like the starters play the first quarter. Then after that, they kind of like say they kind of in there.
Play the third, and then your starters play fourth. Do that.
Where does the 3 come in at? Because if you playing 5,
if you have 15 players, give your starters the first quarter.
That's 5.
Give your second unit.
That's another 5. That's the second quarter.
Give your third unit the third, and give your starters the fourth. And then your starters get first and fourth.
Or whoever plays the best out of those 3 quarters, out of those 3 lineups, plays the fourth.
There you go. There you go. We just gave Adam Silver an idea, and you better give us credit and the money for it if you use it. Because the NBA right now,
the money too.
I want it all. He got $50 million a year. Did y'all see that? He
I did
signed
see that.
a 10-year,
10-year extension.
$500 million deal. I'm sorry,
Hey,
$250 million deal.
According to you and everybody else in the
500,
NBA,
I'm sorry.
he is deserved all of it.
He does.
Oh,
He
there you
deserves
go,
every
But think
dime.
about every problem the league has
solved.
is his problem,
He solved.
and he has to figure it out.
Has he? Has he solved it?
Pretty
Bro,
much.
he has evaluated this league.
Look what he
Has
did to
he-
Draymond.
Has
about
he
it.
solved it?
Think about
Has
it.
he solved it?
Because Draymond has been a quiet church
He
mice
been
since he been back.
quiet as a mouse.
You ain't heard.
Not all quiet.
Not
he
all
ain't
the way.
got into a little something.
It was
But
the
he-
third, fourth game back.
He's got him tamed a little
And
bit.
now everybody, he has been,
He's got him.
shutting up.
He's got him tamed until further notice.
Adam Silver has brought us the in-season tournament.
That wasn't a good decision.
He brought us the Kobe Bryant tribute
You
All-Star
just said
games.
you liked it.
Yeah.
He's brought us the play-in tournament.
Mm-hmm.
He's brought us the All-Star game to where players on the same team can play against each other.
Mm-hmm.
He's continued to create a global phenomenon.
I just want to put this out there really quick before you go over all these list accomplishments. This isn't rocket science here.
David Stern didn't do it. He didn't. God rest his soul. They hated David
He was
Stern.
working. You know what's funny? He was working with a harder product.
He sure was.
He
And
was
they
working with a
hated
harder
him.
product.
And they hated him.
You know how easy it is to promote the NBA right now? Hey, we're the NBA. You want to collab? Yeah, no problem.
I tell you, in fact, the NBA is playing in Vegas this summer for a USA game.
Mm-hmm. You're
And
going. Continue.
Clearly, you all should come.
We'll see what happens.
But when they dropped it, over 75% of the tickets sold out just with the announcement.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens to run right into Summer League too.
Mm-hmm.
So now the NBA is the stars, kind of like The Rock is to Cody Rhodes. The
Who?
stars,
Don't
right?
bring that wrestling talk
Right?
over here.
Cody,
We
who?
don't-
Yeah,
we don't-
see what I said.
No, we don't know who. We don't know who you're talking about. That's what that who was about.
That's how American wrestling fans should be too. Respect Dwayne with The Rock.
say
Oh,
who?
okay.
What?
Exactly. We don't know what he's talking about.
I have no clue.
The NBA under Adam Silver is making the most money it's ever made.
This is not a hard. Like I said, this is
He
not
hold
rocket
up.
science.
He
Because we're in a
signed the
different
largest TV deal in the history of the sport.
Because we're in a new era of value of money.
Get a man his flowers.
I'm not giving him nothing.
I just said.
I
Hey,
gave him his flowers enough as I did, and then here you want to try to co-sign for it, like
I just said.
I just
like
said
he
he made
paid-
$50 million to pay us if he
and you
takes
saying
our
it like he
idea.
giving you 1.2 a year.
I wish.
Won't you?
Then shut it.
I know you ain't talking under. Oh, ain't you on LeBron taxes? Ain't you independent? He claiming you.
You want if I'm on LeBron's, then you on Steph's.
It's facts. It's facts. I'm on nobody's.
He didn't say no.
Luka.
No, I'm
he
not.
didn't
Yeah,
say
you are.
No,
he
I'm not.
didn't spit no lies.
Yeah, you are.
I-
Facts.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
not. I'm not on anybody's.
You on Lucas?
No, y'all want me to be on Lucas, but I'm not.
He's
So
on Chris Middleton's.
No.
Chris,
Mike Conley. You
Mike
talk-
Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Kendrick Perkins has a few hot takes this week recently, and I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on them. One of his hot takes was Miami needs to trade Jimmy Butler to a contending team of his choosing and begin to rebuild
Why?
because they're trash.
They were playing good. I thought with Rozier.
Because they're
It's
trash.
been 2
They just
days.
lost I think they lost 7 of their last 8 games.
Oh, so they only won that one game with Rozier.
Yeah.
That one highlight game they kept playing over and over.
Yep.
Huh?
That's it.
Okay.
And on top of that, Jimmy Butler's like 35 years old. He's getting older. The Miami seems to be getting younger. So I think even with Terry Rozier, I think this is a time where it might be time for him to hit the road jack. What do you guys think?
Well, first of all, I don't mind Kendrick Perkins. I don't. But how did he survive to keep his job when they got rid of all the other ones?
I like Kendrick Perkins. You don't like Kendrick Perkins?
I didn't say that. I just said.
What do you mean keep a job as far as
Remember
what?
they laid off
They did a
all
big layoff.
these reporters, all the like Jeff Van Gundy, Jalen Rose, and a bunch of others. And Perk stayed. I like Perk because he's funny, but sometimes his takes are just airtime.
No.
Like you're saying
I
that
think he
for
makes
airtime.
I think he makes bold predictions, and
Stupid.
some of them land, some of them don't. But
that's
if you
just a
really
part of the
think
game.
about it,
He's their Charles Barkley.
if you really think about it, I don't think that's not a bad. It's just one of them things where it's like, I can see it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this about to answer
What
your question.
What do you think about the take though?
I think that's outlandish, right? Jimmy doesn't deserve to go to a contender.
Why not?
What has Jimmy done to make him so great? He has not delivered Miami a championship. Yes, he's gotten them to the finals 3 times, and he's lost miserably every time they went. So when I think about Jimmy Butler, a lot like KD, wanted to be the man. He wanted to be the star.
I think this is. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you rock.
Uncle Jimmy
He wanted his own team. He wanted his own team.
Has helped co-sign for what I've said all the time.
Yeah.
You need help. You can't do it by yourself.
Well, you got Tyler Hero, right?
Tyler
you got
who?
Bam out of Tyler 25.
Bam
6.
who? Come
Bam
on.
double.
Those are all role players. They are not stars.
Let me just
They
finish.
are not.
What?
Let me finish my take, and then I'll give it to
really
Jimmy
quickly.
defender.
Really quickly. I know Milwaukee and Miami has bad blood. I get it.
Golly.
Are y'all crazy?
Go ahead, let him finish.
Let me tell
I'm
you
gonna let
something.
y'all rock
Let me tell you
because this is crazy. Go
When
ahead.
players get the Jimmy Butler kind of money and the Jimmy Butler notoriety, and you go to a team that you claim is yours, you need to ride it out with that team. Why would we gift you anything and trade you to a contender? Right? No, Jimmy wanted to be in Miami.
Mhm.
He wanted to be the man. Now get it done with your team. Don't give me that crap about Jimmy don't have nobody. Jimmy took his team to the finals, was it just 2 years ago?
Last year.
Against Denver?
Yeah, last year.
Okay, he just took his team to the finals in the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
So Jimmy can take teams to the title. No. Now figure out how to get it done. Jimmy has been off and on this season. Right, Jimmy has been injured this season, and to gift him to a contending team is straight garbage. Absolutely not. Miami does not need to rebuild. Miami has a good ball club. They just need to figure out how to mesh together. And if your star is injured, you be number 8 in the conference too. No, you don't trade Jimmy to no contender. Miami, when they make the playoffs, Miami is a contender, at least in the East.
Are they that bad?
They're the AFC.
The AFC.
They're AFC. No, that's what I'm saying.
They've had a lot of injuries though. That's what I'm
saying.
understanding.
It was
so what made Perkins say that though?
It been mostly Jimmy.
Airtime.
It was mostly Jimmy.
And hold up,
I don't think it's airtime. I think like if let's say okay, let's really take a look at.
They're over 500.
They're over 500, but are they barely over 500?
No, because the 6th seed has won 27 games. And Miami is 1 game behind that. So they're in 8th, but they could easily be in 6th. So get out of here with that, man.
And then they're 3 games out of 5th.
Get out of here with that, man. Come on, man. The only 2 contender teams in the East are the Celtics, the Bucks, and that's it.
The only what?
The only 2 title contending teams in the East are the Celtics and the Bucks.
Not Philly?
Not without Joel Embiid.
Mm.
They have nothing coming because as you can see, they're falling off and they're falling off quickly.
I think they just lost their last game, but they're
in 5th place.
They're in 5th place.
76ers. They're in 5th place.
Word on the street? Well, I will get to that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
So you saying no?
I'm saying no, Kesey.
Saying no to trading Jimmy?
Yeah.
I'm saying with everything, I thought it was an interesting take. I will say that I don't think I have the I don't want to say hate.
I want to say for Miami, you can't keep doing the same thing and think you're gonna get a different result.
That's true too.
And with that being said, is maybe it's time to move on because what has it been? 5 years now? He's been there 4 years.
He's been there about 4 or 5 years.
It's either pay him or get rid of him before you don't get nothing out of the deal.
Well, the Heat thing is culture. Like their culture. They don't care about nothing else but their culture. And there are going to be times where that culture rises to the top, which is like last year when they went to the NBA Finals when they played Denver. Like they beat some good teams. They play hard. I think Miami as a full roster is a very dangerous team. But I think this year they just haven't had it. And then they got a lot, like I said before, they do have a lot of young players. So and then Jimmy's getting older. So you put Jimmy on somebody like the Knicks, somebody like Philadelphia, it can be the difference maker. That's what I think. I was like, this is an interesting take.
Real quick.
What about the Bucks?
Real quick. This is
Bucks, even the Bucks. Like you put Jimmy Butler, take away Middleton, changes.
So if you're the Bucks, would you give up Middleton, Beauchamp, and some first round picks
for who?
For Jimmy Butler?
For Jimmy.
Say it again.
Chris Middleton, Beauchamp, Bobby, and 2 first round picks.
For who? Jimmy?
Not Bobby. Not
That's
Bobby, but I give up.
That's what Miami gonna want.
I give a Beauchamp.
That's what Miami gonna want.
They are gonna want something like that.
That's the type of deal they're gonna be looking for.
I give a Beauchamp and a draft picks for Jimmy.
I give up Beauchamp and Middleton because they need somebody who's gonna come in and play right away too.
I'll give up Middleton and Beauchamp for Jimmy
and 2 first round picks.
I ain't giving no first round picks.
I'll give him first round picks.
For a 34, almost 35-year-old player.
When the last time the Bucks picked up somebody draft pick that was worth that?
Giannis.
But that's Bucks.
That was in a bucket.
Think about it though. That's Bucks history. Since we was kids, we've been going. The Bucks always pick up people when they 35, 40.
That's true.
Think about it.
Jimmy still has some stuff left.
We picked up Sam Cassell that way.
True. Gary Payton.
Yep. Desmond Mason.
Yep.
Tim Thomas.
Yep. Side note: today the Memphis Grizzlies play the Boston Celtics.
They had 13 players on injury.
13 players on the injured list.
Memphis does?
Yes.
Dude,
how can you even play a game?
So why did they even pick up Steven Adams? I thought he was hurt anyway.
They traded him.
I'm saying, like,
he's been out since the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
I know, like, how do you even get that deal done?
Get the money off the books.
They're trying to get them. I think they got the money off the books.
Yeah.
But I think also Houston's trying to get bigger. Next take. Jalen Brunson needs to be in the MVP conversation. Now, last week we talked about the difference between a conversation and a debate. The conversation, 4 or 5 players. Debate is 2. I do think he needs to be in the conversation.
No, he's not even top 10.
He's not even top 10?
He's not even top 10. Nope.
Give me 9 more people who are deserving of MVP this year than Jalen Brunson.
The conversation or winning?
No, I said conversation.
Devin Booker.
I don't know why you riding this Booker train all today, but continue.
Kevin Durant. Kawhi Leonard. Luka. Okay.
Steph.
Jason Tatum.
Stop it.
Steph.
Giannis. Embiid, but he only has 4 games left.
I'll let Embiid slide.
LeBron.
Gills Alexander.
Uh-huh.
And of course, the man who should win it again.
Joker.
That's like 10, actually.
That's 9.
That's like 10. Okay. Steph.
Now you just throwing names out.
No,
there.
I'm not.
You just throwing names out there.
All of those 10. Of those 10.
Are they better? I'm saying, before you even say this, are they better overall? Yes. I'm saying this year, if you look at the standings, New York is in 4th place. They don't get there unless they're in Jalen Brunson. If they get the top 5, finish the year at top 5, you have to put them in the conversation.
Every player that I named not only has better stats than Jalen Brunson, but they also have a better record than the Knicks. Every player I named, with the exception of the Dallas Mavericks.
The Knicks are 32-18.
What
you said Devin Booker. His record is 28-21. They're in 6. They're in 6th seed.
Okay, fine. 5 or 6. Tit for tat. Fine. Whatever. On his
Steph Curry is below 500.
Fine.
Besides his 60-point game, horrible year.
No.
Cancel it.
No, cancel you for saying that, okay?
He hasn't had a horrible year. His team has had a horrible.
Okay?
I'm sorry, you're right.
Now, if you say this, you can say, give me the next 5, then I go Jalen Brunson. Possibly.
Man, Brunson is like number 20 right now.
Are you?
Possibly Edwards.
The fact that you said LeBron James and you said Steph Curry is crazy.
But what's crazy is you're
over him.
What's crazy is you're putting him in the conversation. That's what's crazy. Players just can't have good seasons anymore. They just can't have. Oh, Andre
That's
Drummond,
the whole point of the yearly reward.
but he's not even top 5.
Top 5 all time? No.
Top 5 right now for MVP consideration.
He should be.
He should not.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so let's look at the NBA's top 5 right now. Number 1, Joker. Does he deserve it over Joker? Hard no.
No.
Does he deserve it over Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? No. Does he deserve it over Joel Embiid? No. Does he deserve it over Giannis? No. Does he deserve it over Jason Tatum? No.
Yes.
You know what?
What do you mean? They got the number
We're
one.
talking about, hold on. We're talking about.
They're the number 1 team in the East.
We're
How
talking
you-
about.
how you
They're
gonna-
the number 1 team in the NBA.
Hold on a second. Because this is what we're talking
They're
about.
the
here.
number 1 team in the NBA.
This is what we're talking about here. Because
There's
we're
not
talking.
a team with a better record than the Boston Celtics.
You're right. But this is what I'm saying here. This is what I'm saying. Boston has an all-around good team. So when you talk about MVP award, they had a number 1 team, fine, I'll give you that. When you talk about the New York Knicks, they are 32-18. This is a very high seed. They haven't seen this high of a seed since Patrick Ewing days. If Tone didn't leave the franchise and hanging, I would have asked him this question because I know he knows. But my thing is, for a yearly reward is based, and MVP is based off somebody who's having an outstanding season. So when you talk about LeBron James, Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, Joker is about to get to that stage where we just expect, if not a triple-double, almost a triple-double. He's about to get in that Giannis, LeBron era where, we just expect this out of him. There's nothing special about this anymore. And I'm all for not giving. I'm part of that bandwagon of people not getting the MVP award, but doing the exact same thing every single year. It needs to go somebody who's having an outstanding year. And for Jalen Brunson is having an outstanding year. He's averaging over 25, over 5 assists.
Okay, but look at it like this then, Z. Since you're saying players having an outstanding year, Halliburton is having an outstanding year.
He's in the next 5 with Brunson.
Exactly.
Him and Brunson are in the same category.
He's having an outstanding.
He's having an outstanding year.
He's having an outstanding year. You're right, a standout year. But his team ain't top 5.
What do you mean they're not top 5?
They number 7.
So what?
So that should account for something.
Most valuable player. Okay. Being his team is number 7 because he hasn't played in 3 weeks. Okay.
Say that one more time.
Halliburton's team is number 7 because they haven't played in 3 weeks.
So, okay, now we're gonna get to this in a minute, but
they're 4-1 against the Bucks.
Joel Embiid, Halliburton, those are 2 guys who may not be at the end of the year. Let's just be honest here. So that takes them 2 out of here.
Not yet.
He's one of the guys.
Not officially.
Okay, not officially, but he's still one of these guys who's having an outstanding year. Would you say? Well, let me ask you this question. Would you say, let's say Jason Tatum? Would you say Jason Tatum is having an outstanding year, or are you saying the Boston Celtics are having an outstanding year? Because I don't think Jason Tatum is doing anything that is distancing himself from the rest of the pack.
When Jason Tatum's off, that whole team is off. Jason Tatum is averaging 26.8 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is some incredible stats here. Listen, I get it. You like to build up the little man. I get it.
Ain't about me building up the little man. I'm just saying, besides, there's other players besides Steph Curry and LeBron James.
You could put, you have to tell me that. I'm the guy that's protecting Marjan Beauchamp. You're the guy that wants to get rid of him.
I do. If
you talk about Jalen Brunson getting some type of award, perhaps it's most improved player. But MVP?
No.
No.
He's
not MVP caliber.
No. He is most improved.
27, 4, and 6.
That's his numbers?
Those are his numbers.
It's great.
But that's a lot of player numbers right now.
That's great.
Okay.
You said 24.
No, I didn't. I said 27.
27,
4, and 6.
Okay.
Those are LeBron numbers right now. Is he in the race?
Now when your team at the bottom of the barrel.
Giannis is 30, 11, and 6. Embiid is 36, 11, and 6.
I'm ask, like I said before, is he not having an outstanding year?
We didn't say that.
What I'm saying is this. You're giving me, like I said before, Joker, Giannis, LeBron. This is what they do. This is who you are.
So if you and Kesey worked for me and you were the superstar and we had employee of the month and you were killing it every month, and every month for employee of the month, you get $1,000. But you're killing it every month, but Kesey shows improvement, but you keep winning, you should stop winning it.
No, what I'm saying is, if I am winning it every single year for doing what I do, my work ethic or whatever, and then Kesey all of a sudden picks it up for 1 month, yeah, he should get employee of the month that month.
Yeah, employee of the month, not employee of the year.
So he's got players of the week, right? He's been the Eastern Conference player of the week.
He's been the Eastern Conference player of the month.
All I know is this. If this was LeBron James or if this is Steph Curry, y'all would be screaming to the mountaintop.
I did not even mention Steph Curry in the top. I did not mention him in the top 5. I said he's top 10. Why should he be? And then I said the next 5 categories is Brunson, Halliburton.
So you saying no, he shouldn't be in the conversation?
No, not top 5.
You saying that he shouldn't be in the conversation?
Not in the top 10.
Okay, cool.
For sure.
All right, that's fine. Joel Embiid is 5 games
now
from being
4.
Now 4 games from being ineligible for MVP award in all NBA teams. Tyrese Halliburton is also close to being ineligible for any all NBA teams. I didn't even talk about that, but his is more significant because he's probably going to lose out on $40 million. Should the NBA reevaluate the 65-game minimum requirement?
Absolutely not.
This has been a big topic.
Absolutely not.
I think it should stay intact because the incentive is for being healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
How you take care of yourself is key.
I mean, injuries happen though.
Injuries happen, but you got players who set out for sprained ankles. But back in when Jordan and them played, sprained ankles was
get some cortisone and get your butt out there and play.
You know what I'm saying? Wrap it up and play.
Is that healthy?
He got him 6 titles.
A bump did too, but we don't need to be doing that either.
Go look at some of the players' feet from back in the day compared to the feet of the people down.
I'm just saying a bump did too to keep you going on the court, but I don't think that's healthy anymore.
Think about the Scottie Pippen knot he played with.
Oh my God.
A player like that, you get that, they get that knot now.
I just want to,
and they out a month.
I just want to put this out
per
there.
protocol.
I just want to put this out there.
Per protocol.
Word on the street is Embiid was forcing it, and that's why he kept playing. And he was hurt a while ago, but he was like, I really want. I want this MVP award and so on and so forth, blah, 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 because that's extra money. And this is how he got injured.
So here's what I'm going to say. Here's why I love.
You take this, you suffer the consequences.
Here's why I love this rule. Because their representation agreed to it.
Their what?
Their union agreed to this.
Yeah.
Their union said that's a fair deal. Am I still on? Okay, I am. Their union agreed to this. I said it last year. I was upset, not last year, but 2 years ago when the Ball brother won the Rookie of the Year because he didn't play.
Yeah.
He didn't play. And he still won it.
But he was hands down the best rookie.
He didn't play. He wasn't hands down. The other guy should have beat him out. I forgot. It's been a while.
It's been a while, but I know you're talking about.
Yeah, it should. No, he shouldn't have. So
clearly that guy was not that important because you don't remember him.
Well, I barely remember which Ball brother I'm talking about from time to time,
yeah,
right?
You know who you're talking about.
LaMelo, right?
You know.
So I'm going to say it like this, 65 games, bro. I mean, that's missing 17 days of work.
That's quite a bit.
Okay. If you and I miss that kind of work, we'd be fired. And I know it's the NBA.
No, I was just going to say that it'd be like that.
It'd be like that. So I'm okay with it. It's unfortunate because here's the thing. If you don't play, most valuable player means you're showing up to play. It's unfortunate, but I love the rule. Do not touch it. Do not change it.
Keith?
I'm saying keep it.
I got a little pushback on it just because I feel like guys were taking advantage of This rule.
He beat out Anthony Edwards. He shouldn't have beat out Anthony Edwards.
Ooh, yeah. He
shouldn't have beat out Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
And he won it, and he missed over 30 games. That's foul. I love this rule. They should call it the LaMelo Ball rule.
Wow.
Because that's where it came from.
It came from Kawhi Leonard.
It came from him, too, but Kawhi didn't win an MVP award. It actually came from Stars. Hold up.
Kawhi,
you know what we should call it? The Greg Popovich rule.
Or that.
Because
he started that.
He started that.
But I feel like I'm just kind of like I'm kind of in between here because like a knee I think it's like a knee, but that kind of injury is a serious injury where you can really hurt yourself to like you can be out for a couple of years. People have ended their career on knee injuries. So for him to feel like he has to force it is just kind of like it's kind of eye-opening. I think they will take a look at it. I don't think they'll change, but I think they will take a look at it. Just because it's one of those things where like people are taking advantage of the rule. And because I think Tyrese Halliburton is one of the guys who's been speaking against it, and him and Draymond Green because they feel like it was stupid. And I just feel like I'm kind of in between because these guys do sacrifice their body a lot on one hand, but on the other hand, it's one of those things where if you did what you're supposed to do, this wouldn't be a thing. And to hear that he was forcing it is just kind of like, dang, it's kind of, I ain't gonna say sad, but it's just like, it just hit a little different. It just hit a little different. I don't think that they should change it because if you notice, on one hand is, with the Embiid situation, because he's clearly MVP, but this injury can't keep him out for the rest. I ain't gonna say for the rest of the season, but at least a week or two. And then you got Tyrese Halliburton, who's gonna probably miss on like an extra $40 million for his contract, and he might be forcing it a little bit too. So, but that's the bad part. On the good hand, we've seen Kawhi Leonard hasn't missed a game all year. Kawhi Leonard hasn't missed a game all year.
He's missed a few, but not typical Kawhi.
Is
Mr. Few.
What, maybe 2?
Yeah.
If that 3?
Yeah.
Paul George. Miraculously, he's playing a lot more. But a lot of these guys miraculously are playing a lot more.
But it also has to do with coaches and how they play their talent. They don't have to play as hard over there in Clipperland anymore. I don't know why.
What do you mean they don't have to play as hard?
Kawhi doesn't play 40 minutes. He plays 27, 28, 29, 30.
No, he's playing full.
He's not playing full games, man.
He's playing full.
Kawhi is not playing a full 48 minutes, bro. No, he's not.
I'm not saying he's playing a full 48 minutes. I'm saying he's playing more than 20.
No, I'm saying 27 to 34 minutes or something.
35, 40.
Okay. Nevertheless, when you are taxing your players the way that some of these coaches do, that's why players hated Tom Thibodeau, because he was running. People blame Derrick Rose's injuries on Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, he's running them ragged. It's different between running them ragged.
Scott Skiles.
He's averaging 34 minutes a game.
That's what I'm saying. 34 out of 48 is not bad for Kawhi.
That's the whole game.
The game is 48 minutes. Like LeBron is being forced sometimes to play 48 minutes.
He played 40 last night.
Or
34 minutes is a great deal in the game, but for Kawhi,
say that one more time.
He has to.
Or what?
They'll be even worse. We know that.
So then, why does he not consider MVP candidate then?
Because he's not.
I'm just.
Oh, you're playing devil's. Okay.
I'm playing devil's advocate.
Okay.
You want me to answer that?
I would like.
I'm just saying.
Do you want to answer?
Yeah.
Because he's been doing it for 20 years.
So?
Averaging 25 is nothing for LeBron James. He's a freak of nature. So why would I award you for doing the same thing over and over and over and over again? But this is who you are. This is who you are.
Is that fair? Do you think that's fair though?
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair that players of his caliber and Giannis and Joker caliber, that they're going to be in that category where it's like, this is what we expect from you, and anything less, you're not an MVP?
Yes.
So Giannis doesn't deserve to be in the conversation?
Huh?
So Giannis doesn't deserve to be in the conversation?
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve to be in the conversation. What I'm saying is you can't just put people who are having outstanding seasons to put them to the side just because these guys are doing what they do.
But they're having outstanding seasons too, but you're putting them to the side.
I'm not. How am I putting him to the side?
Because you're like, hey, this is what you do. So just sit over
So
here.
you've been
Just sit
averaging,
hold on.
so you're
Hold on, let me
averaging
finish.
25 your whole career. I should keep rewarding you.
Yes.
You're getting
That
rewarded
means
by
that-
other ways.
That means he's been putting in the work.
That means
And he deserves those.
That means you're getting rewarded by other ways. You lead the NBA. You're the all-time leading scorer. You always get selected to all-star games. You always in the conversation for not. I think he didn't get all NBA, but I think it was third team. But he's always in the all NBA conversation. So he's getting rewarded. But do you deserve more praise than guys who've been also putting in the work, but they've upped their level? Because the thing about upping your level is you're like, oh, I see you. So why should I be like, nah, I see you, but you're not doing enough because LeBron did this last year, but he's doing it again this year.
Exactly.
That's not amazing.
That is amazing.
That's not amazing. That's just who you are.
That's amazing to me. Because
you're a fan.
Because you hold on, because you got
you're not looking at this objectively. You're just a fan.
You got some. Now let me finish. You got some players who will just do it because they know it's their contract year. Mm-hmm. They'll play good and have a great season, and then they'll get paid, and then you won't find them. But no matter what, you're going to get the same thing out of Steph. You're going to get the same thing out of LeBron. You're going to get the same thing out of Giannis. You're going to get the same thing out of Joker because they putting in the work, even when they're paid.
Okay.
That's why they deserve it.
Aren't you a professional? That's what you're supposed to do.
So then why are you rewarding somebody who do it for one season?
I'm not, because you don't know if they're going to do it again this year. So if
Jalen Brunson,
guessing.
So my thing is, if Jalen Brunson comes to have another good season like that, okay, then let's put him in a category.
But having Jalen Brunson over his career, he's gotten better and better and better. When he left Dallas, we thought it was a wrap.
He plays decent. He's been playing
but
decent.
For him to put a team like the New York Knicks in the position that they're in right now, that's why I put him in that category.
He hasn't
but
he hasn't done nothing.
Just like when Russell Westbrook was averaging a triple-double, that's an outstanding season. Guess who also had averaged 25 that year? LeBron James. But guess what? Westbrook was doing something that was outstanding that year, so he got MVP.
Yeah, a triple-double. Outstanding.
Same thing with James Harden. Same thing with Giannis Antetokounmpo when he won it back-to-back. Like, these guys are having outstanding seasons. Now, if Giannis is averaging 35, shooting 50% from the field, and upping his game to another level, he's averaging 20 rebounds, man, yes, give that man MVP.
But you asking him to do the impossible.
I'm not asking him to do the impossible.
Yeah, you are.
I'm asking him to do the impossible. We thought averaging a triple-double was an impossible until Westbrook did it.
Has anybody else done it, and has Westbrook done it again?
Westbrook has done it again.
Average a triple-double?
Yeah.
He has not done it since he averaged that triple-double.
He done it 2 seasons in a row. One season he got MVP, the other season he didn't.
Okay. So he did it 2 years, and he got his MVP.
1 year.
Has Brunson done this 2 years in a row? What he doing right now?
Last year he didn't do this. He's getting better.
So he'd get most improved, like Andre said.
Most improved is coming back from, to me, most improved. You averaging 25 to 27, that's not most improved. When you're averaging 15 to 25, that's an improvement.
Well, first of all, I disagree because Brunson was on a whole different team last year.
No, he was. He's on the Knicks.
Wasn't he? I thought he played with Dallas.
No, that was the year before that. This is his second year being on the Knicks.
But and now he's the bona fide leader of the Knicks.
How did he do last year?
Is he not? He not?
How did he do last year?
The bona fide leader of the Knicks.
What was his numbers like last year?
Last year, let me take a look here.
So here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I am saying is we cannot be a league that penalizes players for greatness. And that's how I feel you do sometimes.
I don't penalize players for greatness.
Penalize players for greatness. So
they are penalizing because
hold on a second here. Just real quick, Tone, real quick.
Look at it from this perspective.
Go ahead.
Okay. You got kids that are in school that come there and they're always on honor roll, right? So they always get the benefits that's honor roll. But then all of a sudden you have the one kid that's always acting up that did really good all third grade.
Then
you acknowledge him, you encourage him, you give him those moments to shine because you want him to still be a great kid in the 4th grade and a great kid in the 5th grade and a great kid in the 6th grade.
But these ain't kids. These is grown men.
I'm just using this as an example.
Suck it up and do what you got to do.
And they are, because like he said, with
LeBron
people like LeBron and Steph, they're good, They may not be getting awards, but they're getting the endorsements. They're getting the money. They're getting the accolades to be a part of different programs.
That's fair.
Their names are shining in another way that a person who just had one good year doesn't get.
That's fair.
So they're still getting rewarded for averaging 25. Because think about it. LeBron averages 25 his whole career.
Yep.
He will always be in the conversation. Embiid may get forgotten about in 10 years.
That's a nice hot take.
But
Now, if you would have said that,
but think of it. But think of
if
it.
you would have said that,
think of it like
Freaky Zeke, we would have agreed with you. Okay.
Don't ever call him that again on the 94 Feet podcast.
That's what it says up there.
Does it? Get that off of there.
That's his Instagram
Don't
thing.
ever call
That's tagged to 94 feet and everything sports.
Don't never call this grown man and feel freaky anything in my presence again.
I did feel uncomfortable when you said
Well, then change your 94 feet Instagram name. Okay? Change your 94 feet Instagram name.
it's not for you to be
Okay.
saying, but I get it.
Don't you email Nike with the same? Bro, we just called you your Instagram name. Now, if I would have called you Isaiah, you would have been offended.
No, I wouldn't have.
Fine,
That's my name.
fine, Isaiah.
Look
Or
here,
Zeke.
Andre.
Look here. What Tone said is 100% accurate. And when you look at it from that angle, I get it.
But you're talking about kids. You're supposed to encourage kids.
No,
We're talking about grown men that need to suck it up and
So
respect.
LeBron need to suck it up.
No,
That
they
he's
need-
not part of MVP
No,
conversation every year.
they need to respect greatness.
you got to argue.
Respect
with
the
Because
greatness?
because like Steph Curry, without Steph Curry, Warriors probably don't even win 10 games this year.
And he should have won MVP of the finals the year they get.
So Steph should be right now. Steph should be in the category, and he's one of the only
At the bottom of
the
the barrel.
second player over 35 to score 60 points,
You're at the bottom of the barrel.
and he's at the bottom of the MVP race,
You're at the bottom of the barrel.
and he shouldn't be because the MVP is the most valuable player to their team, right?
Your team.
And
is at
right
the
now,
bottom of
Steph is the
barrel.
most valuable player probably to their team.
It's
If
not-
Steph
how
doesn't-
valuable can you be when you're in 10th spot under 500?
But look what
How valuable can you be? Because
because
Bradley Beal can average 25 at the Washington Wizards. Should he get MVP too?
He scored 43 last night.
Should he get MVP
he scored
too?
43.
He scored 43, 6, and like 7.
It was against the Washington Wizards. Relax.
I'm just saying it was
But-
a welcome home game.
Speaking of
He'll be out in a week.
We'll facts. We'll talk about welcome home games in just a minute. But
Bradley Beal has done that a couple seasons. Steph has been doing this a long time.
Oh, a couples.
So should I not call you Fat Key either?
See, now you're throwing shade. You want to talk about
That's
shade?
the
That's shade.
Instagram name.
That's shade.
Oh, that's connected to the podcast.
I'm just
Y'all
saying.
are foul.
What
Y'all
is
are
wrong
whack.
with you today,
I don't know. I mean, you have an argument. with
Xavier?
Spears. See,
XD?
it's right, XD. If you go shade it right. Take us on
Boy.
to the Bucks talk.
Man, what is wrong with
So I
you
can get my
today?
dinner.
Nobody care about your dinner.
Yo, what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move us along. Doc Rivers.
Oh my God.
Doc Rivers in his first week of coaching Milwaukee Bucks is off to a 1-2 start. Kendrick
Talking like a Knicks fan.
Kendrick Perkins believes the Bucks needed a personnel change. A wing player for this team could take them to championship contention. What are your thoughts?
So let's not be too hard on Doc. It's been 3 games, and in 3 games, I've seen more defense from these 3 games than I did all season under Adrian Griffin.
Really quickly, I think they didn't. I just feel like they didn't like Griffin. I just feel like they didn't like Griffin.
Well, a couple reasons.
He just didn't seem likable though, did he?
He was not
Just looking at
I think he was a guy who was fighting for respect.
but his presence didn't even say I'm in charge.
That's true.
Nope.
Going to the games, I've never felt his presence of he's in charge. I felt like Giannis was in charge when I went to the games.
Refusing to go out, brawling up the coach's play. I think that's in charge. He ain't gonna do that with Doc. So let me ask you your question. Let's give Doc time to get accustomed. I wasn't a big fan of Doc as the coach. I think he'll be okay. I think we'll be a better defensive team under Doc for sure, because we saw that in the game last night that we stole.
They came back from 25.
They came
I
back
watched
from
that.
25.
They were standing on Dallas for a minute.
Yeah, they were. And so
I wasn't impressed.
the personnel changes we did, But we do. It's like we
Dallas.
are missing a piece. We are missing a piece. We do need to make one more move. Which you're having a whole side conversation. Like I'm trying to
listening.
I'm
I'm just waiting for you to do so I can say what.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you today?
It just happened like 5
But I was just
ago.
gonna say
No.
after you got done talking, but since you want to do that,
No. Can I finish though?
They
For real. Go ahead.
Luka was on the verge of having a career night on the
He
Bucks
was.
last night,
And it doesn't
And
take much.
and the Bucks stood on him enough to stop his career night because he was on fire in the first half.
He was.
Defensively, you saw a different Bucks team.
Yeah,
You saw a different Bucks team last night.
Mhm.
So I'm with him. 1-3. You
1
got
and
to
2.
get used to
They're-
it. 1-2.
Actually, they're 2-2 because of the win last night, right?
No, last night was Doc's first
That was
win.
his first win.
That was his
they
first
won-
win.
They
They
played
lost
3
against
games.
the Trailblazers.
But they were small losses, 3 points, 2 points.
They lost against the Trailblazers.
Well, Dame didn't show up for work that night. So let's not just blame the coach. Dame didn't show up. Giannis
true.
didn't have great numbers. Okay.
But
Yeah.
14 other teams lost to Portland too.
All I know is this: we lost to the Portland.
You know what I'm saying?
Trailblazers.
So like,
We
I just hate
lost
when people
to the
say like,
Portland
"Oh, they
Trailblazers.
lost to Portland. Oh, they lost to the
Can I ask
Spurs."
you a question? Can I ask you a question?
10 other teams still lost
Can I
to the
ask you a
Spurs.
question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Should they have won that game? Yes.
Yes,
or no?
they should have.
Should have, but sometimes teams have good nights.
Yes. Yes or no
And
question. Should
Scoot,
they have
and
won
I watched
game?
that game. Scoot Henderson was playing like.
Like somebody who's seen the Milwaukee Bucks. It was like buckets.
Let me go off tonight. They was
Buckets.
hitting everything.
Buckets.
They were hitting threes that they ain't hit all season.
Yeah. So the Bucks still need. They don't have a lot of time, but we still need to trade. We do need another player in there that can score.
I don't think we can. We don't have any draft picks. That's why we don't have DeAndre Murray. We don't have nothing
DeAndre
Atlanta.
Murray.
from Atlanta.
Deontay Murray.
DeAndre Murray? I thought it was DeAndre. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
DeAndre Murray.
What's up, like DeAndre Murray? Who is
Yeah.
that?
So the Bucks can they can
We
get
don't
rid of
have
Middleton.
nothing.
They can get rid of Middleton. They can get rid of Pat Connaughton, who's being linked. I think before it's all said and done, I think that they're going to pull the trigger with Atlanta. I think they're going to get Beauchamp, Connaughton, probably Jay Crowder, and maybe a future first-round draft pick down the line.
I
can see
this
them.
is
I think they're going to pull the trigger with Atlanta. I do.
You think so?
I do.
Well, I mean,
I do.
The draft. I mean, I'm sorry. The trade deadline is
Thursday.
Yeah, is it Thursday?
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
6
I-
o'clock.
Oh,
right?
is it this Thursday?
Yep,
Dang,
this
that
Thursday.
time went by fast.
It did.
Yep.
But so I agree because I think to put it into context, he said wings are probably the most important position in the NBA today, and I agree with him. So, and the Bucks lack on that front on that part right there, and it's putting us in a position where we looking at, I don't say a first round, but maybe a second round bounce.
But I
So
think the Bucks,
because
I think the Bucks got something up their sleeve because we had no idea they was going to get Dame. Come on now,
They did.
let's be 100.
well, last
even,
week
even though we
talked-
heard about all the Dame talk,
Mhm.
we thought Dame was going everywhere but here. So if the Bucks can pull that off, I got a feeling they're going to pull off something
but
before the trade deadline
we
to get
used-
another strong wing in.
unless we trading away first round draft picks from the 2030 draft. I don't think anybody would even going to go that far because we didn't 27, 28,
I don't know if we went that
25.
far.
We them draft picks is gone first round.
25 to 28.
25 to 28, them draft picks is gone. We don't need them, but still.
because we still got Giannis for at least 4 years.
What I'm saying is usually those are things we can, hey, y'all want this draft pick. Because we don't have those draft picks, we have nothing to trade for.
The next
Unless it's players.
the next first round draft pick that the Bucks have. Drum roll. Is there a drum roll on there? It's going because y'all always wrong.
Hey, add that, John. Add that.
2028.
Like I said,
We just said
25 to
that.
28.
That's a long time though, bro. But to Kesey's point, Giannis just re-signed a 4-year deal.
Yeah, we got Giannis and Dame for the next 3-4 years.
So we're good. For,
So you're
but
saying
with draft,
we can-
with draft picks, we're good. And
I'm
when
saying
when-
they're trade. You put them in trades though.
but think about this though.
Because people want they want first round draft. They don't want third. They don't want second.
But think
They
about
want first round draft picks.
But the league is built on win now. The league isn't built on draft
Yeah,
picks
I
like
guess
that.
you're right.
It
Think
depends on
about
who you're
it.
talking about.
Think about it though. The only team that in the last 10 years that had built on draft was the Warriors
and OKC.
OKC.
And OKC. Every other team,
And they're
built off of win now rosters. That build a team off the draft is kind of out the door. The only team that's working on that right now is the Spurs. And how is that going for them? How is that going for them?
We'll see in 2 years.
You got to give them time.
We'll see in 2 years.
Yeah. 10
Shut up. Do you know who else they're calling a snub? Since you brought it up, they're calling Victor Wembanyama. They say he should have made the All-Star.
Not with 10 games. Not with 10 games. They better not. They better not substitute him in for nobody. They better not substitute him for nobody.
They're doing it. The first player to play the rookie game and the All-Star.
They doing that for money.
Low-key,
if he does, it's money.
I thought he was going to.
Bro, his numbers right now are better than Rudy Gobert's numbers.
Everybody's never been better than Rudy.
Not from the
position. Ever since.
Oh, you talking about blocks?
Yes, he has more blocks than Rudy Gobert right now.
7'8", he better.
Oh, so now his height is the problem.
I'm saying he don't even have to jump and he can block shots.
Literally, take it out the air.
I seen him do it. You see how he did. You see how he did Giannis.
He did. But I'm saying that to say. I'm saying that to say, man.
Y'all had to come strong.
I am willing to sacrifice a 2028 draft pick if it means we get Murray. I'm willing to let go of Middleton.
They won't.
I'm willing to let go of Beauchamp if it means we get Murray. But here's the thing.
Now you is
for Murray. You was giving him away for Alabama trash. Okay. But here's the thing that concerns me about this trade. I just want to
get rid of him. No, I want to get rid of. I don't want to get rid of. I want to say that. Let me take that back. I just feel like he has. His time is coming past.
Reach his window.
I'll give you that.
Okay. So here's what I'm saying. Here's why I'm changing it, but here's why I'm concerned about it. Because Murray is having a breakout season. We're only excited because of this season. Last year he did okay. Atlanta paid him.
Improved.
Atlanta paid him because who else were they going to get? Because people aren't running to Atlanta either. So giving up all this for Murray to me is a stretch. I'd rather negotiate.
He's young.
I'd rather negotiate with Jimmy Butler and get him over here.
Really?
For win now? I don't know that Murray's the answer because Murray's defense is suspect too.
Murray is solid on D. He is
not better than Chris. Not better than Chris
Middleton? Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Not defensively.
His knees is bad. And it shows on a defensive level. Murray is way better than him on defense.
Not really.
Yes, he is. He's very solid.
Watch Murray play.
Yes, I have.
Murray doesn't play a lot of defense.
He's better on the defensive end than he is on the offensive end. He averaging 20. He just got there though. He's better on the defensive end. Watch him play. He's better on the defensive end than he is on the offensive end. And he's a tall, lanky guard who can play wing a little bit.
He's an undersized guard. He's only 6'3".
No, he's about 6'4", 6'5".
6'3".
You sure?
He's about Steph height. Him and Steph about the same height.
Murray? I'm talking about Murray from Atlanta, not Murray in Denver.
I know what Murray you talking about. DeJounte Murray.
We got to give it to Kesey for the name pronunciations. Pretty good at that.
Yes.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. That was a true compliment.
I said thanks.
But you thought about saying something.
No, I'm looking on here and I was finna say something. It wasn't that.
Oh, okay. I just feel like but yeah, like I said, I just feel like we do need a wing. We do need something else and then to me, for Doc to have I expect us to lose to Denver, to be honest with you. I'm surprised it was close. For us to lose to Portland, I was disappointed in that, and then we had to do a comeback win against Dallas, which isn't impressive either.
No, it's not impressive.
I need an impressive win from Doc. If we would have beat Denver, that would have been an impressive win. We almost did, though. We almost did. That's what I say. I'm surprised it was close as it was. But I still want to see a impressive win from Doc.
So remember what I told you a couple weeks ago when everybody was like, "Y'all fired Griffin prematurely." I said, "No, the Bucks have the hardest schedule of the NBA right now in the second half of the season. This is what's coming up. The Bucks play Utah today.
That should be a dub.
They play Phoenix.
That's probably a loss.
They play Dallas. They play Charlotte.
That should be a win.
They have New Orleans again. They have Miami.
They should win both those games.
Well,
Miami too.
I'm sorry, not New Orleans. Denver again. They have Denver.
Denver and Milwaukee.
They have Denver and Milwaukee.
We might lose that.
They have Miami. So of
We
this
should beat
next
Miami.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, the Bucks could go 4-4 because Phoenix
is lost.
Possible. Denver
Lost.
possible. Miami matches up with us well.
We should beat Miami.
And you and I both know that as much as we should be Charlotte, they always come and dog us.
They be
the last game we all went to against Charlotte.
They get buckets.
Charlotte had 80 points and going into the second quarter.
I think they won that game.
Going into the third quarter. I think they did because we left early because we were getting smacked.
Oh yeah, we were
getting smacked.
So I looked it up, and Atlanta has a few trade options for the Bucks with what they have, with their salary, with draft picks and all that. The first one would be a trade for guard Chris Dunn for Beauchamp in Portland's 2024 second round pick.
Nope.
No.
Good.
Pass. So just say pass. Or take.
Pass.
The second one will be the Atlanta one for DeJounte Murray, for Bobby Portis, Pat Connaughton, Beauchamp, Portland's 2024 pick, and Milwaukee's 2027 second round pick.
That's a lot for one player.
That's a lot for DeJounte, right?
Lot for one player.
I'll pass on that.
The next one would be Grant Williams from Dallas for Bobby Portis.
Pass.
That'd be stupid.
Yeah. Pass. Bobby's untouchable.
I don't think Bobby's untouchable. I just think
he should be.
Well, Washington Wizards guard DeLon Wright for Pat Connaughton.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You like DeLon Wright?
I'll take it.
Here's why I don't, because Pat knows the system.
They're both at the same age, though.
Yeah, DeLon is not a player that you want to take a risk on. He's not a player. You don't want to risk him for something that's already known.
The Bucks really don't have a lot of options. What it looks like.
They don't.
Per the Atlantic.
Their best trade piece is Marjon Beauchamp because people don't want to take a risk on Middleton and them knees.
And they've also seen some potential in Beauchamp. So teams will take a Beauchamp trade. But
because you can get it for nothing.
But for the Bucks, I need a little bit more than what people trying to offer for Beauchamp.
Agreed.
Because Beauchamp is really not as bad as people think.
Not as bad as Zeke thinks.
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying every time that Beauchamp has had an opportunity to prove himself, he doesn't. And so you have to look at that and be like,
because
I don't care about you balling over there at the G League.
Because he hasn't picked up that alpha mentality yet.
Well, how long we going to wait?
How long did it take Giannis to pick up that alpha mentality?
He gotten better every year. Has Beauchamp gotten better every year?
He don't get enough clock.
He's in and out of the
rotation. There's a reason for that.
Because it was Adrian Griffin's fault. He was in and out of the rotation. It was games he played great.
He got a week. A week before the trade deadline. He got a week or he's out here.
He didn't even play last night.
Well, because he been balling in the G League. Congratulations. He's over there balling.
So here's what you should take away from this, America. Don't ever come and work for Zeke and not be prepared because you get no development time.
Cutthroat,
you
guys.
Get no development time, bro.
How long?
Bro, Bud didn't give him a chance.
How long?
You gotta let him break out like Giannis. You gotta invest the time.
What?
Do Giannis play?
If you think Giannis wasn't improving like crazy, we would have gave him an opportunity.
Giannis played 4 or 5
He was
years.
improving.
Beauchamp's improved, bro. He scored 60 in
His
the
rookie
summer.
contract is up next year.
Oh, you tripping, bro. You tripping.
Let me ask you this question, because y'all on the Beauchamp train. If we re-sign him, how much you trying to re-sign him for?
Not too much.
Not too much.
I'm asking you
because he has a
number.
Restricted deal. The
Say
Bucks,
a number.
The Bucks can give him a 3-year
60.
60.
You drinking some good? Wasn't that purified water?
But I'm saying like that's the most he can get.
They'll give him 3 years.
There's some teams that give him 3 years 60.
3 years 20.
You did better than me because I was gonna say 3 years 18. No, I'm sorry. Eight a year.
I would
24.
3
years 24.
I would give him 3 years 33.
No. You giving him 10, you giving him $11 million a year?
Do you see what $11 million get you this year nowadays? Have you seen what $11 million get you this time?
That is a personal issue. That has nothing to do with us.
No, I'm gonna get
bold. You gotta base it off.
Spend your money better. You gotta spend your money better.
I
get it.
You gotta go off
the recession out here.
I'm just saying you gotta go based off of the NBA caliber now. Like $10 million is like the bottom of the barrel now.
Close, but still, that's a lot.
10 million is the bottom of the barrel.
Almost.
And Beauchamp is not at the bottom of the barrel, bro.
He almost there.
No.
Okay, let me ask this question.
I need to see. Let me see.
What his stats?
No, players who make $10 million a year, so we can see.
Really quickly. This is just because we got the time. LeBron James did something this week that was very cryptic. He put a time. What's the thing called? A time.
Timestamp.
No, a sand glass. An hourglass.
Yeah,
That's what it's
yeah,
called.
yeah,
He put an
yeah.
hourglass and he put it on Twitter. You know, I know you know about this. So he put I know Keith know about this. He probably was next to him when you texted. But anyway, so he put it on Twitter or whatever, and then when he when he was when he was asked about it, he didn't say he said he didn't want to comment on it. Word on the street is he's been linked to the Knicks.
LeBron James?
Mm-hmm.
But he also tell the whole story. He also put a tweet out there that said, "Been there, done that."
Was he talking about the Lakers or was he talking about the Knicks?
He was talking about the Knicks.
You sure?
The latest thing that's added is
he was wearing that Knicks towel yesterday.
According to other sources,
he was wearing the Knicks towel yesterday.
According to other sources, is they're linking him back to Cleveland.
Now y'all over on some dope.
They're linking him back to Cleveland because many people believe that that's the only way that Bronny will play.
Wow.
Because they're predicting that Bronny's going to go undrafted.
He definitely was going undrafted
with 5 points a game.
Yeah,
he's definitely going
undrafted. 5, 2, and 2.
Are you ready to say it now, Kesey? Trash.
He's getting undrafted just because of his numbers.
But is he trash?
He's not trash.
He's not trash.
He's not NBA caliber. He's not an NBA player.
Dre, I'm tired of sugarcoating this. Trash. Oh, he's not ready for the NBA, but he's still a good player. He's trash.
Okay.
He needs to stay in college.
So the 10 million range players that you might you might know
needs to play in college all 4 years.
Larry Nance Jr. makes $10 million a year.
Who?
Larry Nance Jr.
Okay.
He's a big athletic guard.
He's not an athletic guard.
I'm sorry, he's an athletic forward. I'm sorry.
Matisse Talbot.
Who?
He used to be with Philly. Remember?
The fact that you say used to be is
next.
Gabe Vincent.
I get it.
Gabe Vincent
deserving. He used to play for us. He's a bucket.
Joe Ingles.
Who?
Gabe Vincent used to play for us. He now plays for the Spurs.
He never did it. He used to play for Miami, and now he played for the Lakers.
He played for us during our championship run.
He did not.
Yes, he did.
He played against us when they just swept us.
Who? Before I
go ahead,
throw a money.
Go ahead, look.
There. Throw a money bid out there.
So don't take that. Don't you throw that money bid out there so you can lose that money really quickly? Go ahead.
LaMelo Ball.
And whose career is over.
He's made $10 million, but guess what his salary goes to next year?
What? 500,000?
$35 million.
LaMelo?
That's what his new contract kick in. His rookie contract. Beauchamp and him is all in. I'm just saying players that's in that.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Joe Ingles.
This is deserving. Ever since these dudes left Milwaukee.
PJ Tucker.
I hope PJ get bought out so he can come back to Milwaukee. That's what I really want.
Nicholas Batum.
You guys all right? I mistaked Gabe Vincent for one of the who was the shooter that played for us?
Oh, I know
you're talking about Javon Carter.
Not Javon Carter. Light skinned yellow dude. I thought that was Gabe Vincent
from San Antonio.
Yeah,
he was getting. He was getting buckets. He had one good game.
Ryan Forbes.
Ryan Forbes.
I confused the light skinned dudes.
Forbes.
Ryan Forbes was on our championship roster getting
buckets. He had one.
He had one hot game, but he was getting buckets.
He was getting buckets on there. That was it.
He got buckets.
Come on, understand.
So to Kesey's point, Marjan can get 10 a year. I give him 10 a year. I don't think the Bucks
for 3 years.
I think the Bucks will give him a 3-year, $24 million.
If he's getting $10 million a year, that means 2 years.
I was saying he was worth.
Because here's the thing. Here's why the Bucks have to start high, because someone's going to offer Beauchamp more.
Because that's why I said that's why I said he would get a 3-year 60.
He might get 3-year 30.
Yeah, from somebody else.
Because think of it like this. Colin Sexton makes $20 million a year.
Worth it.
Is he in that same boat?
He's
with Beauchamp?
He's slightly better than Beauchamp.
Slightly better though.
Slightly better. And he's valuable. He's valuable.
Duncan Robinson.
Definitely valuable. And he's upped his game a little bit this year.
This year?
He's back. He's back. Because they was talking about why is he getting his money? Or they was talking about him highway robbery. But he got it. Really quickly. This was a quick question. Tone, LeBron James joined the Knicks. You back a Knicks fan?
Yeah. I didn't go on like that.
Whoa.
You know what, Tone? Thank you for keeping it 100. Thank you for keeping it 100. I thought you were going to be like, no, man.
You know Kesey going to bandwagon jump over there. So.
I'm not bandwagon jumping. I'm still a LeBron James fan no
James,
matter
right.
where he go.
Exactly.
Cleveland, Miami, Lakers. I never said I was a Laker fan. How often do you see me wear anything Lakers?
Never.
And
Well, you do got a LeBron jersey.
That's because the LeBron jersey. Don't count.
Who name is on the back of the jersey?
I forgot.
You got a Lakers jersey? I don't like that.
They was on sale.
All right. That just means you cheat. That don't mean I don't know. I don't like that. I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know about that. You got your Warriors jersey?
Never.
It was an authentic jersey, and you wouldn't believe how much it was.
I don't own.
No.
89.
I don't own not
Authentic?
one,
Authentic.
and y'all should know this
That's good. There.
from the bet gone bad. I own
When
not
you reneged?
one basketball
When
hat,
you reneged?
but the Bucks.
When you renege?
We were in Vegas shopping
When you renege?
at the hat store.
You can. That's cool.
Nope.
Nope.
He never lets anything go.
I let Lasso go.
Shut up. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, EP Tom.
Come
We
on.
were shopping in the Vegas lid store, and there was a Golden State Warriors hat that matched my sneakers. And it was a basketball hat. And I said, man, I can't buy this. It's a basketball hat. Okay. There's two laws here of sports. When you're a basketball fan, you only wear your team's hat. When you're
That's a law?
when you're a yes. When you're a how many Milwaukee Bucks hats have you seen between me and Kesey? At least 40.
Yeah, y'all had this competition. I don't think
Kesey,
I don't
next
think
week,
Kesey knew
bring
he was
all-
competing. Did you know he was competing?
Kesey, bring all of your Bucks hats
Don't
next
do
week
that.
to lay them on the table, and I'll bring all mine.
I'm not doing that.
I'm going to bring all mine, just so people can see what I have.
I
Dre,
don't want to do that.
Dre,
This
Dre,
is, did
we
y'all
get
notice
it.
this one?
I did. Did you notice this one? The green.
I didn't really like that one.
That's
though.
okay, but I love it. Remember, I bought this in the middle of the game when we were wearing the matching hats. So football.
Thank you, Tom.
He was a little too old for this.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, I was just avoiding Zeke making jokes because I know he had.
It was just funny. No,
I know he had 100.
No.
I know he had 100.
I didn't say nothing.
Oh,
you
think
pointed it out. I was like, oh dang, y'all do got the same hat on.
No.
And I left. I was like, oh, I didn't know.
But so would it have the arena. But I whenever I go to Bucks games, y'all have been with me every time. I always buy a Bucks hat every time. So anyway,
Y'all in competition.
when you're
and I don't
no, we're
think
not.
Kesey knew about the competition, and so you just
When-
buying hats.
When
and-
you're in an
all right.
NFL game, when you're an NFL fan, you only wear your team hats, right?
I'd be wearing whatever match my
The
shoes.
only sport that you can hat jump from and be a bandwagoner is baseball.
You know what, Dre? I don't give it to you a lot. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you that.
Appreciate that.
You know, I'm gonna give you that.
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna give you that.
Because I even like
You're right.
baseball.
You know what?
I like baseball.
You know what?
But they have really cool hats.
I'm gonna give you that.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you that.
That's it.
All right, I'm gonna give you that.
So then stop wearing. So stop wearing.
I'll be wearing baseball.
That's it. You do.
Baseball.
You be wearing White Sox.
They
hat,
be
but you
baseball.
can't wear a White Sox hat. Or I'm sorry, you can't wear a Cubs hat. That's the Cubs and the Brewers rivalry.
No, I would say this. I don't do Cubs. I do
You
a
can't do
White Sox.
Cubs
I don't do.
hats.
I don't do.
But
White
other
Sox.
baseball
I don't do
caps, hockey hats. Shout out to Milwaukee Admirals. 12 straight wins. I'm telling y'all, hockey is not a bad sport. Casey, is it?
We never said it was
it-
a black.
the
We never
games-
said it was a bad sport. We said it wasn't a black sport.
Dog, shut up.
I'm just saying.
Casey,
The games actually be slamming though,
dude.
especially if you close.
So it just be y'all two there.
I take Preston, my
Just-
my
so,
nephew.
so yeah, it just be y'all three there.
Would you like to go Friday night?
No.
Okay, then. So
Which is just be y'all three there.
me,
You
people
know
of
what I'm
color.
talking about.
No, his brother was there that same night.
So it just be it be
a
Dre
lot of
and
mu-
whoever he
a
brings.
lot of multiracial couples are
Oh,
there.
I bet it was. Oh, I bet it was.
Boy, I tell you, he is something else.
So you don't want tickets?
We should all go Friday.
You should go. It's really fun.
Uh,
And then if you get fights, oh my god, Bro, they be.
No, it's Black History Month.
It's something you can take
It's
your
Black History Month.
and you get something.
It's
It's something you can take your lady to because
it's Black History
it's
Month.
chill
It's Black History Month.
at the
Black
same
History
time.
Month. It's Black History Month.
Bro, your quarterback is Dak Prescott.
What you were talking about?
He's
She Mexican.
multiracial. He's multiracial.
What?
He's multiracial.
What's got to do anything?
Okay, exactly.
So is your quarterback.
So what does Black History Month have to do with hockey?
That's facts. Your quarterback, black. He on Jordan today.
The views
Okay.
and opinions of those spoken are though.
But this has been another episode of 94 Feet Podcast. I'd like to thank my brother Kesey.
It's been a pleasure, good people.
I'd like to thank my brother Dre.
All good, everybody. Always fun kicking it with the brothers.
You can always catch us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You can also catch us on all streaming platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, and SoundCloud. Agree with us?
Probably not.
This is 94 Feet Podcast. Peace.
Peace, good people.